In the shadow of tragedy, justice seeks what the heart has lost forever.
Her life was taken. Her future. I should say, never see her. All the love that Maddie forgive the future that she deserved. Her. The smile in her.
The smile in her eyes. She's having trouble. Yeah, I think so, guys. Stephan's gonna talk one of these days. Trust me. I do believe he's already talking now, guys. If you guys get the FOIAs, you'll know. Yeah, man. He's gonna talk one of these days. I promise.
I can finish reading it.
I'm so sorry. I'm not in a good place. I apologize.
You may continue. We can hear you.
This violent and heartless crime has not only affected and traumatized my family, but so many other families as well. It has also impacted her friends, all of those who knew her, as well as the whole community. There are nights where I can't sleep, nights where I wake up, gasping for air, haunted by what Maddie must have gone through. I'm consumed by grief. I carry such an anger that it eats away at me on a daily basis. A depression I never thought was possible. The emptiness touches every moment of every day. And everywhere I look, I see her.
I bet.
I hear her laugh in my memories, and then I remember she's gone. And it just throws me all over again.
Ay.
What Maddie went through and how terrified she must have been is unbearable. The thought of her suffering haunts me. The cruelty of what was done to her will never stop echoing in my mind.
Thank you.
I'm to court for something that I know I could never really have. Justice.
Thank you.
Because real justice would mean that Maddie would be here with us and not you. You still get to wake up every day, something you cruelly stole from her and from us. The way you discarded Maddie as if she was nothing and her life had no value is a true reflection of your evil. The suffering you caused her should be given back to you tenfold. You do not deserve peace. You do not deserve mercy. You deserve to carry the weight of her pain every single day, just how we will carry it for the rest of our lives. And let me be.
Yeah, the gasping for air absolutely makes me think about when Jen Soto says, I can't breathe. And we speculated that Maddie was strangled, asphyxiated, her heart slowed down from all the sleeping pills, and then she was strangled. I'm going to say that word, strangled, asphyxiated, hyoid bone broken. It takes 60 pounds of pressure to break a hyoid bone, and it takes anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes to complete the strangulation of somebody. Now, I don't know how long it would take to strangle a little girl that's on heavy medication and double dosed, but you got to imagine that's quite a bit of a force, and it takes quite a bit of time to complete a task like that. All right. So I just want you guys to know, if you haven't been with me, Jay, from Guilty of Crime since day one, this is the narrative that I've said since day one that I started this case. And yes, it's very hard on me. And I do feel like some semblance of justice was served today, just because Maddie can rest in peace without us seeing those awful photos of her, compromising positions, autopsies, toxicologies, all that stuff. I hope it does never get out. I hope that it doesn't get leaked if it's not supposed to be. I just don't want her to be exploited any more than she already was by this man, this monster, and the momster.
Perfectly clear. Where you go after this life will not be where Maddie is. She is in a place of peace surrounded by love. You, on the other hand, will never know peace. You will never see her again. You're not going where she is going. You're going to hell. Thank you, court.
And Stephanie, can you tell the court your first and last name, please?
Stephanie Soto.
Thank you.
Stephanie Soto, did you get it? Sorry.
So that we can hear you. Thank you for your statement.
Thank you.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I just, as long as Maddie is resting in peace and she's not being exploited for all the awful things, then
Tell the court your first and last name and spelling.
thank you, Lady Jess,
Maybe I'll
so much for the super
Sure.
sticker.
I stand here today to give you a little insight of how loved and how losing Maddie has destroyed my family. Although Maddie was not my blood, I considered her my family. And I loved her like my own niece.
We all know that.
Only child. I was growing up to be the most amazing young lady. She loved arts and crafts, Taylor Swift, and sour gummy candy.
All kids love the sour gummies.
I'm privileged of spending many holidays and special occasions with Maddie over the years, and I will cherish those memories forever.
Yes.
I don't have joy or happiness left in me because this monster took that away from us.
I didn't
I
want,
with Maddie.
yeah, I didn't want to see all that.
I feel like life is not worth living anymore because such heinous evil exists in this world. There is not a day that goes by where I do not think about all the pain and suffering that Maddie endured. This monster took advantage of her trust and her innocence. This parasite robbed us of every moment we could have had with Maddie.
You know, I know this is heartbreaking and it's emotional. Where was Maddie? Where was everyone when Maddie was crying and asking for help? I believe that she was so groomed by this time. By the time her life was taken, guys, she had been groomed since 6, 7 years old. When we saw her on Stephan Sterns' shoulders in the pool, they're playing chicken and she's holding his head like this, looking very uncomfortable. I think from that moment on, she was so groomed that we didn't even hear her crying for help by then because she was so groomed and it was such a hidden thing in that house. Nina Drew, Maddie's school failed her reading at 4th grade level. Thank you for the $1.99. And I agree. So many people failed her. I think they hid it over the years so well that she wasn't even crying out about it anymore and people missed the signs.
And her life will never be the same. A life sentence is not punishment enough for what he did to Maddie. However, it gives me comfort to know that he will spend the rest of his miserable life in prison. I hope he lives a long and healthy life, so he suffers every single day. Therefore, I ask the court to not take any mercy on this poor excuse of a human when imposing his sentence, because he does not deserve it. Thank you, Your Honor.
You let the court know your names.
All right, guys, here we go. A lot of people
What's your relationship?
Followed this case and you guys, they missed a lot. Now, some of you guys that have been here forever know who Tyler Wallace and Tatiana are. There's conflicting information about him, what he did do, what he couldn't do. And there's a lot of things that we do not know. All right. I've always speculated that he tried to fight for Maddie and he was run off by lawyers way back when. Would that stop me from having my daughter? No. Would it stop any of you? No. But that's the fact of what happened. So we're going to listen to him today. This is Maddie's biological father and his wife, Tatiana, that's been in Maddie's life for many years. Still not enough. Kids become silent if nobody listens. They stop telling. Absolutely, Rebecca Mitchell. You can attest to that firsthand.
Madeline Soto.
Madeline Soto was my daughter.
Go ahead.
Madeline Soto was my daughter.
It was.
She was happiness. She was a joy to be around. She was quirky and intelligent. She was curious. A little forgetful like me too. That happens sometimes, but I just loved her so much. And I was not able to be in her life as much as I would like to due to certain decisions and choices I'd made, due to the way finances worked. I was strained in my relationship with my daughter, and that was finally getting better. The last time I saw her,
And you know, a good lesson that comes out of this, folks, if you have a child that you can't see and you're financially strained or whatever, realize that the financial part of the burden is just a small one in the bigger picture of things. Because I bet you anything, if Tyler could go back and he knew that that was going to happen, he wouldn't care about those stupid little financial woes that he had, and he would go get himself a credit card and get that plane ticket or whatever. But he can't go back and do that, and he's hurting now. So any one of you that has kids like that, maybe they've been taken away or they're living with another parent, fuck all that shit. Fuck all the financial shit. I hate to say it that way, but yeah, you cannot buy time, and you can't put a price on that stupid 29% fee that the credit card's going to give you. You just got to do it, and you got to be present at any cost. And again, I'm sure Tyler would take it back if he could, but he can't. And so he's here, and we can just learn a lesson from all of this. That's all we can do. All right, let's keep going.
was in October of 2023, and she had come to visit for a few days. And when I took her back to the airport, I said, you know, you're turning 13 soon. When you turn 13, you have a choice of which guardian you're interested in staying with. Would you like to stay with me and talk to you? And she said, yes, that she would. And so I was this close to having my little closer.
Agreed. It's close to having his little girl. And you're right.
As this depraved man, I will never meet the woman she is becoming. And
Nope, no Jen Soto. Thank you.
I can't grasp it. I can't grasp the selfishness of you.
Yeah, I'm assuming that he qualified for credit, but what I mean is anything that you can do, I'm sure he would take that back now. I don't know if he could get credit because you saw his record, etc. But I've always had a huge soft spot for Tyler after hearing his story from other family members that I can't document because it was just what I've been told.
The deplorability of your actions, you're depraved, you're weak, you're a coward.
See you later.
You crept into a family and took advantage and exploited them when they were weak.
I wish Tyler would just punch him, just turn over to the
my family apart. It's led to arguments about who can go where and who can get what and who can help who, but we're all on edge because it doesn't heal with time.
Yep.
This isn't like other deaths that I've experienced. This just gets worse. It just gets worse every time I rethink about it and the true horror of what this man visited upon her. And I can only hope that he lives a long time in prison and has those same horrors revisited upon him by his fellow inmates. Thank you.
There's no further witnesses.
You know, I don't understand this. I don't understand why it's heartbreaking to watch them. I don't understand why this went down the way it did without Stephan saying anything about Jen. Why did he plead no contest and not say anything? Cat's Meow says that's why Jen and Stephan planned it. They panicked. Besides, Maddie was going to tell on both of them, and that's a good possibility. But I got to tell you guys, I have a feeling that Stephan, sooner than later, is going to tell us what happened, and we're going to have to take things with a grain of salt because I'm already seeing that he has remorse the way that he pled and didn't mention Jen. So I really wish that I wish it would have came out before. I don't know if he's just having buyer's remorse, so to speak, and I don't want to give Stephan Sterns the last word right now, and that's why I stopped right now before I did, because Stephan Sterns is, I'm seeing his messages right now coming straight from after court and talking to